Purim, unbelievable. The wicked Haman. But still, we can learn from him and his attitude, his concept, something which is unbelievable, powerful idea. Haman said to Achashverosh, and we're going to translate freely, and Haman said to the king Achashverosh, there's one nation, scattered all around, between all the nations, but the religious and ways are different, and the laws of the king, they're not doing, and it's not worth the king to let them be. The topic we're going to speak Be'ezat Hashem in this short lesson is going to be based on the concept of there's one nation and that their ways and religious is different from all the other nations. Our holy rabbis in Midrash Rabbah said on what is written in the Megillah, Ish Yehudi b'Shushan Abira, a Jewish man was in Shushan. And they said, don't read Yehudi, but rather Yechidi, unique. And in Doresh Tov, he brought the words of Smichat Chachamim, that's when Rabbotenu, our holy rabbi, teach, don't read in this way, but read in that way. It means that we can never truly understand the written word as long as we're not going to read it and understand it in its second way. Anyone who's not grasping that the essence of a Jew is unique, yechidi, special, something is missing in his Judaism. And we're going to bring a beautiful idea here, maybe a few of them. A Jew and act like everybody, it's not working together. And not only compared to the concept parallel to be as the nations and their ways, but also between and among us, the Jewish nation. Each one of us is a unique person with unbelievable power within him. We're going to bring a special story, true story, that's going to hopefully bring up this idea with a strong force. Rabbi David Braverman said that a very close friend of him, very smart, bright scholar, told him that he owed his life to an old person, the Holocaust survivor, and he doesn't even know his name. He said it sounded delirious. He smiled and continued his words. He said, I went to learn in a very big and important yeshiva. Hundreds of students are learning the Holy Torah in this yeshiva. Brilliant brains, huge talents. Like many people in young age, I wanted to be special. People should notice me. I wanted to feel that I'm worth something more than other. Prove my ability in learnings, etc. But very quick, he said, I understand that even though I got good abilities, but there were many other boys way better and talented than I. I felt that I don't have room among them. I said I'm going to try to prove my righteousness. How I'm going to prove it? I tried to pray with extra meaning, seriousness, length of time, be precise how I'm washing my hand, benching after eating. But also there, I was not such a special guy. I felt horrible. So I tried to be one of the cool guys. But also there was guys with way greater grace than I. I felt like nothing, a zero. Truthfully, I was despairing. One day I was walking in the streets and I noticed an old people house. I went inside to the shul, I davened, and then I sat down to learn a little bit. It was relaxed atmosphere. Actually, I felt amazing. I felt amazing among all those old people that was learning there. The atmosphere was so nice and relaxed. No competition. Nobody tried to prove himself. Here, look at me, look at my abilities. And then I remember the words of Rabbi Pinchas Zichrono Livracha that young people got many different kind of colors in their hair. One guy got dark black hair, one is blonde, one is red hair, etc. But the old people got one color, white. And this is the original color, authentic. When you want different color, what you do? You dye your hair. Dyeing, right? But you dye your hair. But the color is fake, is not real. Young guys got many calculation, thoughts when they, so to say, coloring their behavior and learning in yeshiva. They want maybe to show I'm important, I'm good, in order to get respect, honor, I don't know what, to get a better match, a better wife or future. In this place with all the old people, all those attempts to try to impress anybody, nobody cares about it. You learn and you daven because this is how a Jew looks and acts. All the old people there were actually white. They're learning and living for the sake of the learning and for the sake of Hashem blesses you. No other thoughts coming into the mind when they're living this kind of life. And this, he said, I loved it. I came back there tomorrow. And I decided I'm going to stay and learn there instead of yeshiva. After, let's say, a week, approached to me one of the older guys and he asked me, what are you doing here? Why don't you learn with people in your age? He said, I thought it's something temporary that you're coming here, but I see it's become like a fixed scenario. You need to work a little bit more in your life in order to learn here. This is not the place for young people like you. I was shocked. But when I looked in his face and I saw such kind and loving, caring eyes, I realized right away that there is some kind of grandpa that's want my benefit. Doesn't make a difference that didn't have a clue who the person is. I poured my heart in front of him. I told him with tears how I tried so much. Nothing worked for me. I told him on all the crises I passed. And I told him I was going around, I felt I'm zero. There's nothing special with me. I'm one of thousands. I'm a number among numbers. When this old person heard the end of my words, I'm only a number, he becomes serious all of a sudden. Maybe there was also some anger in his face. He lifted his sleeve and he asked me, do you know, are you able to read? Do you know what that number means? This number, Hitler, Imach Shmo, did to me. And you continue to do what he was not able to complete. I was in shock. A Jew that passed the Holocaust would usually never gonna compare anything to it. And he compared me to a Nazi? A Jew in Eretz Israel is me, religious person? What he wants from me? He sat near me and he said, young man, listen very well. I'm older from you with more than few years, and my life experience is a little bit greater than yours. Hitler, Imach Shmo, had a plan, a Pitron HaSofi, the final solution. But he knew that physically, so to say, it's going to be very hard or even maybe impossible to kill and eliminate the whole Jewish nation all around the world. That's why there was a plan. Right away when a Jew would go into the camp, they would make a tattoo on his of a number on his hand. To penetrate to each person, you're worth nothing. You're just a number, like cows that's roaming around. Thanks God the war ended, very few were saved, and we decide we can avenge and revenge the Nazis and Hitler. And how we did it? Mesirut nefesh, a lot of effort. We put families in order that they're going to be more and more Jewish kids in this world. I got, he said, 10 children. And the first thing I taught them, that none of you is not a number. Each one of you is one unique son to Hashem blesses He, and to us, Abba and Ima. For each one of you, it was worth for God to create the entire universe. Each one of you got special talents, special abilities, special thing that nobody else got. Each one of you got a special destiny in the creation that nobody can complete and do instead of you. The world will never gonna come to completion without you. And each one must live and act according to himself. And the old person looked at me when his eyes tears. I beg you, stop looking right and left and look what others do and how they act. You got your own powers, your own tools. Take them and run forward. He finished the story and he said, this person, this old guy, saved my life. I went back to yeshiva. I become stronger with myself, with who I am. How can I bring my implanted powers and abilities that God put within me and make them come to fulfillment? With help of heaven, I saw true blessing with all my action, learning, etc. All the nation know and realize in the importance of the Jewish nation. Many times, unfortunately, we hear something which is Chilul Hashem. You hear complaints. Whoa, you're a Jew. How are you acting like that? Yeah, no, you're a Jew. You should act different. Tell him, but you're acting the same. No, but you're a Jew. And I heard it more than once. The problem is that we're not realizing and understanding the importance and our dynasty. We're not realizing our uniqueness as a nation and also as an individuals. We don't living with the feeling we are the sons and children of Hashem, God blesses Him. And this lack of knowledge, many times, or most of the time, it's shown out in the will to be like everybody, live according to styles that fools decide what's going to be, and they usually change all the styles like, nah, they were never here before, you don't remember them even. To go to the banquet, to Mishteh Achashverosh, because everybody going, the will to lose the Jewish entity. How can we go, but we be different? What, we're not going to go? Oy vey, what's going to happen? The thought that we should be like the others, this is total surrender to Amalek, to Aman. We need to never forget the words of Aman to Achashverosh. There is one nation, scatters all around the world, and their ways and religions and beliefs are different from all the nations, and they're not following the king ways. One nation, special and unique, with his belief, and all the way of his life, everything that we do is different. Doesn't make a difference in which country, but still our ways are equal and the same laws for us all over the world. And this is what was written, Ish Yehudi, a Jewish man. Don't read Jew only, Yehudi, rather Yechidi, unique, special in his way, special in his belief, special with the power that's implanted within him. Our holy rabbis taught that a person who read the Megillah not in order not fulfill his obligation of reading the Megillah. And they explain, one of the explanation that lemafreya, not in the order that was written, going to prevent you to realize and internalize that all the things that's happened in the Megillah are written and happened in perfect order. Each one depends on the other. And the person that's not going to read in order, not going to see the total, the whole picture, the whole puzzle, so to say. He's not going to be able to realize the importance of each individual act and happening as per se and as the part of the whole picture. Exactly as each thing that's happened is critical and importance unbelievably. An example, if there was not going to be a banquet, Vashti would not get killed. If Vashti would not get killed, Esther would not become a queen, etc., etc. This is exactly the importance which is ungrasped of each and one of us in the unique system of the creation that Hashem created. And this is one of the learning, amazing learning in Purim and from the Megillah. To understand truthfully the uniqueness of each individual of us. And this can happen only when we're not going to try to be like all the others. Not only our friends, but also for sure the nations. The power within each one of us, it's unbelievable. It's not understandable. Our holy rabbis in Masechet Kiddushin said, free translation again, Rabbi Elazar ben Rabbi Shimon said, since the world is judged according to the majority of the people in it, and in its single person, each one, and the single after the majority could be a person, one that's doing one mitzvah, praiseworthy, that he tilted the scale of judgment for merit for himself and for the whole world, and God forbid to the other way. The power that is within each one of us is different between one to another. Exactly as Klal Israel are different from the nation. The same concept. Each one of us is special and the Jewish nation is special. And we need to interiorize and never forget this concept by the development of the special, unique powers within each one of us. And that can happen but only by following after the holy Torah that Hashem gave us with all the details within. And never forget the words of our holy rabbis. Ish Yehudi b'Shushan Abira, a Jewish man in Shushan. Don't read Yehudi, don't read only Jew. Yechidi, unique, special. Special with his belief, special with his faith, special with the God we got. The world is like a puzzle, and also the Jewish nation. If you're going to look at yourself as a one piece of puzzle, it's unclear, look meaningless, but without it, the whole beautiful picture that's need and will be fixed and come to completion will never gonna happen. Believe in yourself, realize and find the powers within you and bring them out to the world with purity, love, and smile to one another. נחת רוח כלל ישראל, בשורות טובות, חג פורים שמח.